Hi, I'm SantyDark from SDJ Records, and this is the making of Vanha Lanka, Kylmä. Vanha Lanka was going to be the title of an industrial metal album, but then I realized that I wanted more from it than just one album, and it grew up into a full project. It is my most personal project, in the way that it is the music that represents me the most as a person, as my personal taste for music and my way of thinking. For example, let me tell you something about me. I never pay attention to lyrics or the message of the songs I listen to. Maybe it's because I'm a producer, or maybe it's just the way I perceive music. But the fact of the matter here is that I don't like a song for what it says. I like it for how it sounds. For that reason, I decided to create my own language for Vanha Lanka, which sounds like Finnish because I love how Finnish sounds. But there's no actual meaning behind the lyrics. It's just pure music bliss, and I f***ing love it. It just sets me free from the limits of creating a message for you to understand, and instead gives me the enjoyment of just expressing myself by using my voice as another instrument on the mix, and letting you feel whatever you want to feel while listening to it. Well, it's just industrial metal. I don't think it has another subgenre other than that. There's always an electronic sound here and there, so yeah. I made a lot of industrial metal stuff in the past. From individual songs to entire albums. What sets Vanha Lanka apart from all those is the freedom of expression it has. Most of the inspiration for the project comes from the band Ruoska. It's a combination of heavy, angry music with melodic choirs on the choruses and low voice during the verses. Vanha Lanka also has a mysterious atmosphere. Songs are full of extra elements other than just guitars, bass and drums, which make it sound different and of course more electronic. It will make you feel that you are not only listening to heavy metal, but also electronic music that sometimes invites you to move. Like a friend says, sometimes it sounds like party.
I'm ready to party! Are you ready to party?
The second album, Kylmä, it's more of the same than the previous one offered. The only difference this time around is the theme and the title of the songs. Kylmä means cold in English. I chosen this title because I knew most of the songs for the album were going to be composed around winter. This also influences the composition. You will not hear a lot of songs in major keys here. Most of the album will give you a constant mix of cold, mysterious and dark vibes. I used the exact same production I used for the previous one. This is something I'm planning to change next time. It sounds great to me, but I'm aware that the overall formula is getting old and outdated. Really punchy drum kick, but that comes with a gripe, and that's the limitation it gives on the drums. You can't go crazy with double pedal kick because saturation meter and compression will go to hell. It gets the job done most of the time, but the sound will have to get updated soon. For now, it's just the same as the previous one. So, one of the key elements that Vanha Lanka has is the harmonic vocals, while my other project Outworld has this majestic choir in the choruses. Vanha Lanka has natural harmonics between vocals. Those are made by me, and I'm recording multiple takes on the same chorus in different key tones to generate those natural harmonics. Let me show you how this trick is done with some examples from songs from the new album.
Jäsen kurvaut kummaleta. Metsä kuolemit surmaita.
Now, let's sing that same part again, but in a different way.
Jäsen kurvaut kummaleta. Metsä kuolemit surmaita.
Okay, now we have two different vocals lines in the same chorus, but let's try a third one.
Jäsen kurvaut kummaleta. Metsä kuolemit surmaita.
Alright, now that we have that multiple takes recorded, let's go to the studio and mix them together.
Okay, alright, so now that we are here, let's check out these takes and let's first add some effects and then mix them together. The first track, without any effect, sounds like this.
Jäsen kurvaut kummaleta. Metsä kuolemit surmaita.
The first thing you will notice is that my singing is not perfect. It fails a couple of times in the pitch note. I felt that register pretty bad sometimes, and in most of the cases in professional production stuff, you will know that most of the producers use manual correction for the pitch of the vocals. It takes a lot more time. They do that because they are doing it for money and they are working professionally, so they have to do the best way they can. To me, that is great, but I don't have that much time to work with vocals. So in my case, I use autotune. I know it's not the best way. I know it's just lazy, but if I need to manually correct every pitch of every vocal I record vocals like every day. I don't have time to manually correct the pitch notes. So yeah, I just use autotune on the vocals. That's the way it is, and I like it that way. It saves a lot of time, and I think even then it doesn't sound bad. It's just sometimes it's noticeable and other times it doesn't, and I don't care, it sounds good anyway. So yeah, then I do some equalization here to eliminate unnecessary frequencies from the vocals, and then a simple reverb, almost default reverb from FL Studio. So now it will sound like this.
Jäsen kurvaut kummaleta. Metsä kuolemit surmaita.
That's a lot better, right? Then we have the second vocal track, which it will sound like this.
Jäsen kurvaut kummaleta. Metsä kuolemit surmaita.
Yeah, in that one it's pretty much noticeable the autotune, but as I said, whatever, during the song it will not be that noticeable. Then we have the third vocal track.
Jäsen kurvaut kummaleta. Metsä kuolemit surmaita.
And then I recorded a fourth vocal track to reinforce that chorus.
Jäsen kurvaut kummaleta. Metsä kuolemit surmait.
So, how these tracks sound together? Well, they sound like this.
Jäsen kurvaut kummaleta. Metsä kuolemit surmaita. Jäsen kurvaut kummaleta. Metsä kuolemit surmaita.
And now with the music.
Jäsen kurvaut kummaleta. Metsä kuolemit surmaita. Jäsen kurvaut kummaleta.
So, as you can see and hear, this trick is made in every Vanha Lanka song for every chorus of the songs I do. It's pretty straightforward, it's a simple trick, but of course you need to know about minors and majors and different keys. You need to know what you're doing with your voice to do these harmonics. The autotune can do the trick for you, but again you will have to know the scales and the majors and the minors and all that good stuff. I don't stress all that much with the singing. I do maybe 1 or 2 takes free if the first and second one was really bad. I do a third take on the same vocal line, but if it's not perfect, then I just throw it there with the autotune, and there you go. In fact, let me show you the same trick with a different song. Maybe let's go with Jett. Okay, let's check out these vocals individually. First we have this take.
Sinät sielät, ei minuat sinaudan. Armet siellät on Kylmätään, jättymys kyljetään.
Okay, let's go with the second one.
Sinät siellät, ei minuat sinaudan. Armet siellät on Kylmätään, jättymys kyljetään.
Great, let's go with the third one.
Sinät siellät, ei minuat sinaudan. Armet siellät on Kylmätään, jättymys kyljetään. Sinät siellät, ei minuat sinaudan. Armet siellät on Kylmätään, jättymys kyljetään.
Something's wrong there in the last part.
Jättymys kyljetään.
That's better.
Jättymys kyljetään.
That's a lot better. Now let's check out these three vocals together.
Sinät siellät, ei minuat sinaudan. Armet siellät on Kylmätään, jättymys kyljetään.
So again, you can just apply autotune to your vocals, but if you don't know in which register are you singing each time, it won't go well. It just won't. You need to know what you're doing. You need to know about registers and all that good stuff. So yeah, I do all this by ear. I don't really know what I'm doing. If I need to explain how do I know in which register I need to sing, I don't know. I don't know how I know, but I just know. I know it's weird, it sounds weird, but that's how it works. I just use my ears and I work from there. So I know that for this song, these key notes work well together. So what I do is block all the keys, the key notes that are not supposed to be there. That is what I do in the autotune. But even without autotune, the vocals are almost there. Let me deactivate the autotune for the vocal tracks, and let's hear this again.
Sinät siellät, ei minuat sinaudan. Armet siellät on Kylmätään, jättymys kyljetään.
And then with autotune.
Sinät siellät, ei minuat sinaudan. Armet siellät on Kylmätään, jättymys kyljetään.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. That is the vocal harmonies trick that I use for Vanha Lanka.
Okay, so now I'm going to read your comments, guys, and I'm going to be answering your questions. Thank you very much for leaving those comments. Let's start with Forleut. It says, Vanha Lanka is absolutely insane project. That industrial Nordic vibe like Ruoska style is very strong and impressive. I think Saalistaja from first album is absolutely headbanger. Chorus, synths, rhythm, drums, perfect industrial metal song. Wow, I'm actually surprised that you like that one specifically from the first album. That's amazing. I'm really glad that you really enjoyed that one. So my question is, how you inspire yourself for that music style? Because that genre of metal comes from northern countries of Europe. I think it's very difficult to feel that northern vibe, but you actually did it. Well, thank you very much. I don't know. I actually don't know. I think it comes just naturally. The really big inspiration I have from Ruoska. It's probably my favorite industrial metal band like ever. I don't have a specific favorite band because I don't have favorite bands. I have like favorite albums. There's no one band in this world which I like every album of that band. Maybe there are some exceptions, but I'm not fan of the bands. I'm fan of the albums, certain albums of those bands. And to me, Ruoska is amazing for their albums Rabies, Amortem, and Radium. Maybe Risu too. So those 4 albums are the ones that I listen to hell and back. I listened so many times, listen to those albums that I'm almost like very I'm very familiar with the composition, the decisions behind production, the pronunciation of the lyrics. I'm like, I know the songs from those albums like my own hands, you know. So that knowledge and that amount of experience listening to these songs gave me that power to make it feel like I'm doing that, you know. But it's really, I'm really not trying to. In fact, if you didn't mention the word Nordic, I would never thought Vanha Lanka gives a Nordic vibe. In fact, I'm actually surprised, and I'm really happy that you feel that way with the project. It's really cool. So yeah, I think it comes naturally just for the fact that I listen so much to this stuff that it's easy to me to make stuff that sounds like those Ruoska albums, you know. I think that will be the answer. It's just the inspiration. I think that my inspiration is the thing that makes Vanha Lanka sound the most like Nordic, because it's just straight, it's taking straight ideas from Ruoska and making my own songs with it. That's the whole reason, I think. Okay, let's continue. I'm going to read the next one. From my Patreon subscriber Vlad, or as I see in his YouTube username, Fervor. And you are rocking a Chaos Edenia Anikalaga album in your profile picture. That's amazing, dude. So it says, looking forward to your new albums. It's nice to see that you've been progressing as a musician all this time. And it seems to me that you just found a way to make your YouTube channel more popular. Just do covers. Preferably popular songs. Well, I will think the same, but what about, I don't know, Toto Africa? That song is really popular. I made a cover of that song and doesn't have even the half of the views that has that Ghost song. So yeah, YouTube algorithm is weird. I don't understand how it works, but I will take the recommendation. Thank you very much. And as your Patreon subscriber, I think I can ask for it. Can you make a cover of the song Samurai Never Fade Away? This is my personal request. Okay, I will think about it. And there is also questions about your Power Dream and Vanha Lanka albums. 1. How many songs will be included? Okay, so my idea for this album is to round it around 10 songs. It will give like 42 minutes long, more or less. What plugin are you using to record drums? Okay, so I have the following workflow for drums. I use Perfect Drums for all the cymbals section, hi-hats, cymbals and stuff, crash, China, all that good stuff. It's made by Perfect Drums plugin. Then Addictive Drums for the snare and toms, and then a single sample for the kick drum. I usually do some production work for the kick drum and also for the snare and the toms. For the cymbals is most of the time the default preset that comes with Perfect Drums. Maybe I do some minor modifications to the volumes, but it's almost default. Does your brother helps you making the stuff? No, he doesn't. Sometimes I ask him to come to my house and sing some songs with me, and that's about it. He doesn't do anything related to composition, production, or any of the other stuff for the songs I made. Alright, so the battery of my phone just died and I ran out of memory, so I had to record this again the day after. But let's answer that last question of yours. Who or what is your main encourager in your work about the incoming albums? My most honest answer I can give you is that my main encourager is that I like making music. It's just as simple as that. Sorry if it's a really simple answer for a very strong and hard question to answer. But yeah, I think that's my main encourager, my personal taste for music and for composing and creating new stuff. That being said, thank you very much for Loud and Fervor for letting me those questions. I hope my answers were what you were looking for, and I hope you're looking forward for these new albums. See you in the next video. Bye!